kind of a wing and a prayer here
Have you
today.
ever listed the officials?
From Bud Wright Stadium on the campus of Sheridan High School, welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Class 1A Sectional 44 between the Sheridan Blackhawks and the Tri-Central Trojans. Welcome to our Hamilton County television broadcast presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 25 years in business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, Indiana Restoration Service, Hamilton County Television Calendars, and Bill Clifford for Sheriff. It is 6:57 p.m. It is officially sunset. It is Friday night. It is the middle of October, and we are into IHSAA sectional play. In other words, it's one and done or one in play again next week. My name is Brad Silbert. I'm joined tonight by the one and only Perry Williams here at Sheridan. Perry, we've got an exciting game coming up tonight between the Trojans and the Blackhawks.
Absolutely. And, one thing I want to do, I want to give a shout-out tonight here. This is Bud Wright's 600th high school game that he has coached in the state of Indiana. That's unbelievable.
Now, I'm not trying to date myself or anything, but I did the math on this, the number of I was 16 when Bud started coaching, and that's way too many years ago, but congratulations to Coach Wright. What an accomplishment, and all the things that he's been able to accomplish here at Sheridan over the years. We're about 3 minutes away from kickoff here. Perry, let's talk about these two teams here and what they bring into this game tonight.
Well, the one thing about it is this is Sectional 44, okay? So in Sectional 44, of course, is Tri-Central and Sheridan. Whoever wins tonight will play the winner of Union City, Westdale. So anyways you look at it, it's going to be a long drive because they'll have to go on the road next week by hosting. If Sheridan wins, they'll have to go on the road. But this is a good football team that Sheridan's played. They played the Trojans earlier in the season back on September 1st, and that score was 28-6, and the halftime score was 7-0, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, and when you take a look at this, the stats from that first game, you see that actually Tri-Central ran more offensive plays than Sheridan, which doesn't happen very often.
No, it does not.
And also the first downs were about even, but the time of possession, Tri-Central had 28 minutes of offense on possession time, and Sheridan Blackhawks had 19 minutes and 27 seconds. So once again, that's very unusual. The one thing we'll see out of Tri-Central tonight, and the one good thing too, this game may go pretty quick, because both teams are run.
I noticed one thing when I was looking at the stats a little earlier today, that average rushing yardage for Tri-Central is 236.8 versus 239.4 for Sheridan. They couldn't get much closer.
Absolutely not. One of the big differences will be in this game tonight is for Sheridan, Callahan carries the load for Sheridan, whereas Tri-Central's got Colbert, Tuner, and Grubb, and three seniors there that share all the running for Tri-Central. So that it should be interesting here, and both by them playing each other already, this could be a good battle, and a good battle of will, really, Brad, on this football game.
Well, if last week's game against South Decatur is any indication, those were two teams that also have more reputations for running. The Blackhawks just absolutely wiped South Decatur out of Greensburg off the map last week.
Absolutely, you're correct. And, the one thing a little bit different, and you could tell in the crowd here tonight, is most of 1A football here at Sheridan is the game time's always at 7:30.
Yeah.
And the Indiana High School Athletic Association starts all their games at 7 o'clock because So there's a little fewer people here than normal, but I assure you they will trickle in here and they'll have a big crowd.
Well,
Tri
Central didn't have a real long trip to get down here. They're out there south of Kokomo, and probably, I live in Fishers, and I would imagine my trip over here from Fishers is probably about the same length of time as the Trojans had coming down from Sharpsville. Of course, they had to go a few more miles, but I probably hit a little bit more traffic coming out.
I'm sure of that, Brad.
But I do believe you're absolutely right, Perry, because what we have a situation here where we've got a couple factors with these games that are being played tonight. Many of the schools in Indiana are on fall break. And I see that the Trojans have won the toss, and they have elected to defer. So the Blackhawks will be going on offense first, and we'll probably see Joe Callahan coming right out of there. Tri-Central 4-5 overall on the season versus 7-2 for Sheridan. These teams, of course, are in the same conference. They're both in the Hoosier Heartland Conference, and the Blackhawks won the conference here a couple weeks ago outright, and so it ought to be a pretty good matchup. And as you said, it was a real close game in the first half up in Sharpsville, but then the Blackhawks came alive and put the game away. And the final, I think, was 28-7 or 28-6.
28-6, yeah.
And so it's going to be a great game here.
But the one thing about it is talking about Bud and how long he's been around here, and he's got, I think, 409 wins, right? Or I think so. I think that's about the correct number there.
407 to be I'm sorry, 408 total.
Yeah,
in his 53rd year.
Yeah, and he's the winningest coach in Indiana history. So, this
408 and 191.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to kick off here.
We're going to have a little bit of a problem tonight seeing these uniform numbers on Tri-Central, because they are most definitely very, very difficult to see. I can't even read who the kicker is there.
Here we go, kickoff.
Up back takes it. That's number 15, Cameron Hovey. And he gets out to about the 40-yard line before he's run out of bounds. So the Blackhawks are going to be in very, very good field position to start their first possession.
Hovey's a 5'11", 165-pound freshman, Brad. So he's one of the futures of Bud Wright in this great running game.
A lot of seniors on this team this year. Quarterback is number 5, Tunmer. Handoff.
It looks like he's touchdown.
Callahan, first play, a touchdown.
Wow.
That's a 57-yard touchdown.
Unbelievable. So Joe Callahan leads it off right here. Right off the bat, and gallops 57 yards on the first play of the game, Brad.
All of 20 seconds for the Blackhawks to score.
Gunnar Williams will kick for the Blackhawks.
Holder is Preston Van. That's good. We've got 11:40. Here in the first quarter, and the Blackhawks are out to an early lead. Let's hear a word from one of our sponsors here while we get a moment.
Absolutely. Logan Street Signs. Celebrating 25 years, Brad. That's kind of amazing since, Jim Wolford's only 30, and he started pretty young.
His mom started him young.
Yeah. Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 and visit them on their website, loganstreetsigns.com, or check them out on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Our old buddy Will Wolford, he keeps up that Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, so He's a youngster, so we know he does it right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So getting ready to kick off here. Williams will kick off for the Sheridan Blackhawks.
Again, I cannot read the numbers on these Tri-Central uniforms.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tough for two old men here tonight because, everybody's going with this gold fluorescent, but it's tough
From
to
the
see.
10. About a 16-yard return there. Looked like number 42, Lucas Chesney, was in on the tackle there. So pretty decent field position for Tri-Central. Try the sweep.
Looks like number 5 there for Tri-Central.
It would be Javier Tumner. He gains about 2 on that play. I think as the lights take a little bit better effect here, I think we'll be able to read these uniforms a little bit better. But
it's a little tough now.
For right now, it's very, very difficult to see that. Ripberger, the quarterback.
Think again, Tumner with the ball for Tri-Central.
Got about 3 or 4 yards on that play. That's going to leave him with about a third and probably about 5 is what it looks like right now. About 4 or 5 for the first down.
Brad Tumner on the season here. He's a senior. He's carried the ball 65 times for 519 yards.
That's a good per carry average.
Yeah. Actually, 8 yards per carry.
3 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. There's a flag. And I believe we probably ran out of time. Illegal procedure, so that's going to make their third down play a little bit more difficult. Move it back to 3rd and 9. Ripberger just couldn't get that play off in time.
No, he couldn't.
I don't know if he was just a little uncomfortable with the set out there or what.
It looks like he's got running backs in the backfield this time. So
pass.
Throw.
That is complete. I believe that's to Grubb. And Grubb is down to about the 23, 24-yard line. A huge gain there by the Trojans.
Brad, they're not used to throwing here, but I think that they realize, Coach Gilbert realizes that it's tough to run against this Sheridan Blackhawk defense. So you may see them throw the ball much more than they normally do.
Well, you've got 2 coaches here in the form of Coach Gilbert and the form of Coach Wright with many, many, many years of experience.
Oh, sniff that out.
That's number 62, Tanner Swindle, got into the backfield. I don't know, was that Tumner again with the run, I believe?
I think so.
Loss of about 5 on the play. Pass again. Got him open.
Touchdown.
Touchdown on that one. Great play.
Wow. Colbert on a reception for Tri-Central.
Kyle Colbert, a halfback officially.
Man, they're going to take.
They're going to try the 2-point conversion.
Could be another throw here too.
Handoff. That's not good. Is he going to make it?
Looks
He's
like
close.
Bobby made it.
He got it.
He sure did.
He got it.
Wow, what a turn of events here right off the bat here. You know, Ripperger coming in this game had only thrown 2 touchdowns all season long, and he gets one here. So.
Yep. And Colbert got that for how many yards did he have on that touchdown? I can't remember now. On that reception. But anyways, it's been 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, 1 regular extra point, 1 2-point extra. And let's hear a word from our sponsors, Perry,
Absolutely.
while we got a second here.
Yeah, let's do that. Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out at noblesvilletrophies.com, and they're also on Facebook and Twitter.
You know, Tri-Central, for a team that normally runs the ball, only averages 39.9 yards passing per game. They've probably got double that by now already, this early.
Yeah, on the first series of plays. So Coach Gilbert's definitely changed his plan here tonight. Oh.
That one goes into the end zone, and there'll be a touchback on that.
You know, Sheridan's got to switch the old mo here because, you know, basically Tri-Central just come out and slapped him right in the face. You know?
Yeah, of course, Sheridan came out early on one play, you know, one Joe Callahan play.
You know, the last game they played, there was no points scored in the first quarter. So
yeah, 7 in the first half. Drake Delph joining the huddle.
Wide receivers are Brody Perry and Cole Cummings. Antonampi is in the slot at the top of the screen, now in motion. The handoff to Callahan.
Callahan's got it.
not much there, though.
Maybe 1 or 2 on that at the most for Callahan. I think they're pretty generous, giving me a pretty good spot there. Call it 2nd and 8 now. More people continuing to come in here. I think you were exactly right about a lot of people being accustomed to 7:30 starts.
Piskett on the tackle there for Tri-Central. He's a big boy, 6'4", 220.
Tri-Central knows how to fight back, and I tell you what, they're out here with nothing to lose. Tri-Central's got a lot of seniors in the starting lineup.
Man in motion, handoff to Callahan once again. He may have lost a yard on that one.
Yeah, there wasn't much there.
Yeah, he did lose a yard on that one. Good defense there by Tri-Central.
Caleb Flower was the tackler for Tri-Central. He's a junior, 5'8", 210.
Delph to pass. He's got an open man, just juggles it in and out of the hands of Cole Cummings. That'll bring up a 4th and 9. And the Blackhawks will have to give up the ball. Jesse Kolb is back to punt. I cannot see who those receivers are back there, Perry. Cole gets a line drive punt. Good punt.
Good.
That's going to roll dead somewhere around the 33-yard line.
It was not a pretty punt. It was a line drive, but it was an effective punt.
46-yard punt, no return. So we'll see what happens here with Tri-Central with their second possession. Each team scored on their first possession here in this game. Tri-Central went after a 2-point conversion and made it, so that's how they got the 1-point lead here at this point with 7:35 left in the first quarter.
Let's see what they settle down and do here, Craig.
Oh, that's amazing. That's absolutely awesome.
Ripberger got One back in the backfield. He's going to keep the ball. Or that was a wildcat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
1 yard gain there. So that'll make it 2nd and 9 at the 34. Again, I apologize. These uniforms are extremely hard to see the numbers on them, so we're kind of a guessing game here. Man in motion.
Berger, he wanted to throw, but there wasn't nothing there, so he keeps it.
Yep. Boy, he ran into a stack of Blackhawks there. Looked like it was led by number 71, Chris Starks. He was in there on that tackle, and
I think Cole Cummings, number 12, was there too.
yeah, I believe he may have had the initial contact on that. No gain on the play, so it'll be a 3rd and long for Tri-Central.
What I'm about to say, you're hearing correctly. Tri-Central leads 8-7.
A 1-point lead for Tri-Central in this one, 6-16 in the first quarter.
Sheridan has not had the ball much. They've only had the ball for 5 plays.
The Blackhawks only have the ball for 5 plays so far.
Oh,
He got brought back down in there in the backfield. I think that was
15, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that was Cameron Hovey.
Yeah,
who got him.
Yeah, which is a freshman.
Yeah, 5'11", 165 freshman, a linebacker. So that will force Tri-Central to punt.
I think you just saw Bud bringing the kitchen sink.
Yeah. He brought everybody and his brother in there.
Yeah, there might have been 12 of them. I don't know. Uh-oh,
high snap.
It's going to be belted, and Knopke will have the opportunity to return it. He won't.
Sean Roche got the kickoff. He's a junior 5'10".
That one rolls dead at the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Blackhawks take over once again at their own 35. One play and a touchdown on their first possession, 3 and out on their second possession. Both teams scored on their first possession. Second possessions, both of them went 3 and out. Here's Callahan again around the right side. Well pursued by the Trojan defense.
He might have picked up 5 on that.
I think he got about 5 or 6 on that. Depends where they spot that. Looks like they're going to spot it at right about the 41. So give him 6 and make it a 2nd and 4. A short 4. He just has to, if he can get, he has to get just short of the 45 to get a first down. Well, his average got cut in half on that one. Went 65 in the first one.
Yeah.
Callahan in the backfield.
Back, screen pass out here in the flats.
He's going to make.
Oh!
If he didn't go out of bounds, he's got it made, but he went out of bounds.
Wow.
Just a little push there by the Trojans and pushed him out of bounds at about the. Looks like they're going to place it right about the 28-yard line. Big gain there from the 41 to the 28, so or 29. So that's 29, a 30-yard gain on that play. He came about 6 inches away from getting a touchdown on that one.
Absolutely. What that was a great play there. Just a little bump, a little bump out of bounds is the whole difference there.
Here's Callahan. Nope. Quarterback option. That's Delph. And is he going to score?
Touchdown.
He scores. A 29-yard touchdown by Drake Delph.
Well, the Blackhawks definitely answered back there.
Yeah, they certainly did there, Perry, because that was a good drive. A couple longer plays, but also a couple very nice plays there to set everything up, and that'll bring Gunnar Williams in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Cole Cummings. It's up. It is good. 4:13 remaining here in the first quarter. Now the Sheridan Blackhawks 14, the Tri-Central Trojans 8.
All right, here let's thank one of our sponsors here, Hamilton County Events Calendar, hctvcalendar.com. Be sure to check this calendar out for upcoming events at Hamilton County, including local high school events. If you have an event, add it to our calendar, easy and free. Hamilton County Community Calendar has been online since 1995. And Brad, if you check that out now, Katie's been working very hard every day, and she's putting in all the winter sports schedules in there. So I think she's probably got about 4 or 5 of the schools completely done in there. So
yeah, anything in Hamilton County, get it to us, and we'll put it on that calendar.
Absolutely.
So Gunnar Williams has been a little bit on the busy side tonight.
Absolutely.
He'll tee it up at the 40.
We have 25 on this side towards us for Tri-Central.
It's Cole Bird.
And the other side is, he hadn't turned it around enough. It's a single digit. But
here's the kickoff from Williams. It is going to go to Cole Bird. Bird picks it up. He's got an opening.
Good.
Nice return by Bird. Trojans will take over 1st and 10. Looks like Kyle Colbert might have been in on that tackle for the Blackhawks. Well, let's see what kind of tricks Bud's got up his sleeve now to try to hold the Trojans here.
And let's see what Coach Gilbert has on the other side. Huh?
Mm-hmm. About a 2 or 3 yard gain on that one.
And it's number 3 for them, which is Kyle Gilbert.
Colbert, a 5'10" senior halfback.
And he leads the team in carries and in yardage, 189 carries, 752 yards.
He picked up 2 on that, so they'll have a 2nd and 8 from the 39. Pitch
out to number 7.
It's Tumler. He got about 14 or 15 yards on that play. He's into Blackhawk territory at the 46, run out of bounds.
I think that was Grubb, Brad.
Was that
number
Grubb?
7, yeah. Or at least that's what it looked like through my
binoculars. Yeah, it looked like a 7. But once again, the contrast on these uniforms is extremely difficult for us to see. Yeah, we've got a guy standing right in front of us here at the 47-yard line, and we cannot read that number. Another run.
There was nothing.
That one is met by a flock of Blackhawks. Looks like that was led by James Manis. They're going to give him a yard on that one to the 45.
Wow.
A little under 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Blackhawks with a 14-8 lead over the Tri-Central Trojans. Ripberger under center. Pitches it back.
Tripped up there.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah, good job of tripping him up there by Kane Spencer. Lost a couple yards on that, and that'll make it a 3rd and 11.
That was Colbert on the carry, Brad. Trying to help Brad a little bit.
A 3 and a 3.
it's really difficult to see those numbers like we continue to
I was hoping that once the sun went down, it'll be a little bit easier to spot the numbers, but
I'm not sure that's true.
It's gotten more and more difficult.
I think it's just because we're old, maybe. I don't know.
It
Number
looks like
5
that's
with the carry. Number 5.
Tumner again. He goes out of bounds after he gained about 6 yards. Looks like they're going to be about a 4th and 6.
James Manis on the tackle for the Sheridan Blackhawks. He's a junior.
The Trojans are going to go for it here. Somebody jumped, but they did not get offsides, and Tri-Central ends up calling a timeout.
And I believe they're going to come back out here and punt the ball.
They probably are. It wasn't enough to get them a first down, but would have been very, very close, and they would have had less than a yard. Hey, let's tell the folks where we're going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. You and I and Jim are going to make a little trip up to Kokomo, Indiana to see the new
we seeing the Beach Boys up there?
No.
They going to sing Kokomo for us?
Yeah, they'll sing Kokomo. Jim may.
Oh, okay.
We're going to have Jim sing Kokomo like the Beach Boys.
He likes them pineapple drinks, doesn't he?
Yeah. But anyways, we're going to be at the soccer game up there at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. The
Noblesville in Penn, isn't it?
Yeah. The home of the Kokomo Jackrabbits. So it'll be our first trip up there. So
mine too. I have not been to that stadium yet. I'm kind of excited about it.
Semi-state. I apologize, Mr. Walford. The producer, executive producer.
Yeah, we got to get that executive in there.
Yeah. Extraordinaire. You know, he's. The Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles are traveling to Lawrenceburg, and they're going to play Columbus North. And I believe that's on ETC broadcast, so you can see both of those games on the web tomorrow, us at Kokomo.
Well, you were exactly right, Perry. That is exactly what Tri-Central was doing. They were trying to gain some yardage the old-fashioned way by getting the Blackhawks to jump offside, and they almost did it.
Yeah, they sure did.
They came very, very close, but they came back and ended up punting the ball. Ball went out of bounds, and I can't quite see where they've spotted that thing at about the
11, 12 yards.
It looks like at about the 12 or 13 from here. I was hoping that once the Tri-Central kids had their backs toward us, that we'd be able to read those numbers a little better. But boy, all I can do is apologize for this. It's just extremely, extremely difficult to see.
That's the bad part about it. We both have them on.
Joe Callahan with the run. 3 Trojans take him down after about a 2-yard gain.
It looks like 88 and 51 on the tackle for Tri-Central.
Cole Compass and Evan Piskey. About a 2-yard gain on the play for Callahan.
Clock's ticking away. There's less than 45 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, which has been a high-scoring first quarter considering the last time I played it was 0-0.
Pitch back to Kamansky. And he's lucky. I don't even think he got back to the line of scrimmage. If he did, he didn't gain very much.
No, because he was doing a lot of dancing there.
Yep.
Looks like number 70 on the tackle for Tri-Central.
That'd be Tyler Abels.
He's a senior, 6'2", 180 pounds, inside linebacker.
And I think that's probably going to be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, I think they're letting him run out. We'll
come
down here.
The Blackhawks are coming off the field. So after one quarter of play here in sectional number 44 of 1A football, it's the Sheridan Blackhawks 14, the Tri-Central Trojans 8.
Hey, let's talk about Church Hittle and Anthem's attorney at law. From personal injury claims to complex business litigations to divorce cases, Church Hittle and Anthem protect the rights of individuals businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Maryville, and Tipton. You can contact their Noblesville office at 317-773-5320 or check them out on their website, cchlaw.com.
My name is Brad Silbert, along with Mr. Perry Williams. Perry, it is nice to have you with us here tonight.
Well, I'm the kind of the B team. You usually have Craig Atkins here alongside.
Well, I'm usually sitting in the seat you're in, and Craig is over here doing the play-by-play, doing his excellent job. But he had some family matters that he was attending to tonight, so we are glad that you could join us, and thank you for the opportunity to bring this game to you here on Hamilton County Television. It's a 14-8 lead for the Blackhawks here at the beginning of the second quarter. One score for the Trojans, 2 for the Blackhawks. The Trojans got a regular touchdown and then went for the 2-point conversion, which accounts for their 8 points. Two touchdowns for the Blackhawks, 2 extra points. Like to thank the rest of our crew here, in addition to executive producer Jim Wofford, Bill Wofford up on the camera tonight. Bill's had pretty good luck so far this season with weather, you know.
Yeah, he really has. And we thank him because we didn't have Bud Burgers tonight, and he went to Dairy Queen and got us some burgers. So thank you, Bill.
Delph back to pass, puts it up. It is caught. That's caught.
Number 13, tackle number 2 for Tri-Central.
Ganamke catches that ball for another first down.
So Rippenberger on the tackle. He's also the quarterback. And, you know, that's the one thing we're a little different for us calling 6A football is most of these kids go both ways.
Yeah, you look at the sideline here, and they just don't have that many reserves there, and they have to play both ways. There's Callahan with the handoff again. Trying to see once.
Tackle number 70.
70? Well, let's see. That would make that
Abels.
Tyler Abels. He was not only trying to tackle him, he was trying to pry that ball out of his hands.
Yeah, he certainly was.
And Callahan would have none of that. As it is, he ends up gaining 4 yards on the play, sets up a 2nd and 6 for the Blackhawks.
But they still won 28. Scored 28 points.
8-6 was one of them last time. Now wide.
2 wideouts to the right, man in motion. Callahan in the backfield takes the pitch.
Looking right, now looks up the middle.
He's got enough for the first down. Callahan with a good run there, picks up 7 for the first down. Be a 1st and 10 for the Blackhawks at their own 47. I think the Blackhawks are beginning to take control of this game a little more, Perry.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's what they got to do. I mean, they've got to control the line of scrimmage here.
Well, you got to give Tri-Central credit. One play, and they were already down 7-0. They came back on their first possession, and they ended up scoring to even it up. Here's Callahan again, trying to sweep around the corner.
Yeah.
Trojans will have nothing of it. He thought he was going to go out of bounds, did not go out of bounds, and that was number 7, Grubb, who finally got him. I think he had a little help there.
A little help from his friends.
Yeah. But Callahan took that one and turned it into about a 5-yard gain. So he ended up gaining 5 yards and sets up a 2nd and 5. Coaches just love those 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5 plays. It gives them so many options out there on the field. Nancy around the right side, still on his feet. Gang tackled by a plethora of Trojans, and he's all the way down to the 42-yard line.
On the bottom was Copus there for Tri-Central.
Another Blackhawk first down. The Blackhawks have been doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage after the first possession where they gave up the touchdown to Tri-Central. Callahan. Oh, Delph keeps the ball, flips it over to who was that? To Burnell, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was Nicholas Burnell who was the receiver on that. Burnell ends up picking up about 6 yards, about 5 or 6 yards on that play. They're going to give him 5 officially, so it'll leave him with a 2nd and 5.
Kopus on the tackle for Tri-Central again. We're calling his name quite a bit right now, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty active defensive tackle, and he's on that left side too. So
Williams is in motion. The handoff goes to Callahan.
Callahan breaks through
about 3 or 4 tackles, and he's finally brought down by the Trojans.
Number 34 on the tackle there, Mason Pickens. But, that was just good old hard running football.
Yeah, Callahan just kept the wheels turning.
Yeah, he did.
And kept breaking tackle. He broke 3 tackles before the Trojans finally brought him down. He picks up the first down inside the 20, about the 14-yard line. So the Blackhawks are back in the red zone again. And we have a timeout that's being called by Tri-Central. And with that, let's hear a message from one of our sponsors.
Absolutely, we can do that. Community Health Network. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or ecommunity.com.
Well, I think probably a very wise timeout by Coach Gilbert there from Tri-Central because, the first 2 possessions in this game ended up with touchdowns, and the Blackhawks have come back and added a 2nd touchdown, and Tri-Central has not been able to do anything offensively since they scored that touchdown early in the first quarter. And I think what Coach Gilbert might be worried about at this point, Perry, is this game just getting out of hand.
Oh, absolutely, I'm sure, because, these 2 teams are no strangers to each other, so it's not like they haven't seen each other or haven't scouted each other very, very thorough.
1st and 10 from just inside the 15. Delph keeps it, passes it. Burnell picks up the ball, and he scores. 15-yard pass play to Nicholas Burnell. Another 6 points on the board for the Blackhawks, and that'll bring Gunnar Williams in to attempt the extra point. 3 touchdowns, 3 extra points. The Sheridan Blackhawks have jumped out to a 21-8 lead with 8:24 remaining here in the second quarter. You got any other scores or anything here?
That's what I was getting ready to check here and see, Brad. As soon as I get that done, we'll.
That was a very nice drive there by the Blackhawks. Took about a little less than 4 minutes off of the clock. But what it also did, Perry, is it also established that the Blackhawks are wanting to take control of this game, and they most definitely did take control of it on that drive. So we'll have to see what happens here if they can come up with another big defensive stop.
And, the one thing, and we talked about this earlier, this is a totally different football game than it was the first time.
Yes.
Back in early September, in fact, September 1st, because
it was almost like a chess match, and you
Yeah.
were trying to feel each other out and, get down to the point where it's almost in a draw, and then all of a sudden it's, took a rapid change in the second half.
Yeah, and this has been kind of a wide open game here. I mean, it is.
Gunner Williams back to kick off for the Blackhawks.
The kick is sent deep by Gunner Williams. It will be fielded.
Taken at the 15. Ball is handed off. That did not fool any of the Blackhawks, and there's a flag on that play.
In fact, that's the first flag of the game.
It certainly is, and Zach Oberle was the one who did not get fooled on that. He made a great tackle on that. We'll have to see what the call is here. Wonder if there might be a face mask.
The second quarter, Brebeuf 7, Guerin 0. So that's a big game in 3A football.
A rematch from a
About
game a
2
few weeks ago,
yeah. Well, it looks like it's on.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
that's a
I
big
did
one.
not see what the call was.
There was something in the pile there because I saw
Probably
one of
either
the Sheridan players pull another one back from the.
maybe a little bit of unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct. But
Could
anyways,
be.
the result is that the Trojans have the ball at their own 37. Hands it off right up the middle. Tackle led by number 21, James Manis.
Colbert on the run there for Tri Central.
Gains about 1 on the play. Once again, we apologize for the difficulty that we are having this evening trying to follow the numbers on these Tri Central uniforms. The gold numerals on the white uniforms are extremely difficult to read, and unfortunately we just haven't been able to follow their players too well. Here's a pitch back. Again, the Sheridan front line moves over to their left, makes an excellent tackle. I'd like to thank everybody who's watching us tonight, regardless of how you're watching us. If you're watching us on Hamilton County Television, watching us on Facebook or Roku or however many buku ways there is to watch Hamilton County Television. We appreciate you watching us tonight and hope you're enjoying this 1A sectional 44 match between the Sheridan Blackhawks and the Tri Central Trojans. 3rd and 7. Blackhawks would like to hold them to a 3 and out, and they certainly are going to do that. The initial contact on that one came from Cole Cummings, and the Trojans just were not going any farther. They did not gain a thing on that. Sets up a 4th and 7.
That was a quarterback with the keeper there.
Yeah, the quarterback keeper, and that'll put Cameron Hovey back deep to receive the punt. Also back there deep is going to be Angie Namke, I believe is the way that's pronounced. Ganamke. High snap, but they do get it off. Takes a Sheridan bounce and rolls back and goes out of bounds at right about the 49-yard line. So a net of 12 or 11 yards on that play.
You know, one of the scores here in 1A football, which is an important one because Pioneer's such a good team in 1A, they lead Carroll of Flora 7-0.
Mm-hmm. 62 degrees, a beautiful, beautiful clear night. We have an officials timeout on the field.
You know, Brad, last week's opponent for Sheridan, South Decatur, in the first quarter leads Edinburgh 14-6.
That was a game that we talked with the local Greensburg people about last week, and they were optimistic going down to Edinburgh that they might have a pretty good chance to win that game.
1A or 2A maybe, Alexander and Elwood 7-6. They're kind of like backyard buddies there. So
Yeah, right next door to each other. Delph drops back to pass. Doesn't see anybody open. He's finally brought down in the backfield by several Trojans, but that was a coverage sack by all means, Perry. He just had nobody to throw to, and unfortunately for Delph, he didn't have the presence of mind to get rid of that ball. Instead, he took a 9-yard loss, and that sets up a 2nd and 19 at the 40.
You know, possibly a couple weeks if Sheridan continues to win, one of the top teams in Sectional 44, Monroe Central leads Clinton Central 13-0.
Delph
is back to pass again. Got an intercepted. Was tipped by Cummings. It fell right into the hands of the Trojans. If the Trojans get a break, and they're going to get good field position on the turnover at the 46-yard line of the Blackhawks.
I believe that was Colbert on interception there that tipped Kyle Colbert for Tri-Central. So 4:59 here. If Tri-Central can go down and score, this could be huge.
Yes, it could. With just right at, just a shade under 5 minutes left here in the half, if they can get this to a one-possession game. Amazing how the momentum turns here. Well, the Sheridan Blackhawks did exactly the same thing
and I
to the
think
Trojans
that was Callahan
that they did early, and
that
was Callahan getting into the backfield there. Joe Callahan with the sack. That's going to cost them 11 yards and put them back to their own 43. Set them up with a 2nd and 22. Good pursuit by Callahan, and once again, Ripberger. He didn't have anybody to throw to. That's right. Another coverage sack. Trying to get some of this yardage back. That one is complete.
Oh, nice.
That's complete to number 88, Cole Compass, and he's to the 30-yard line.
I don't know what the stats are so far, but I guarantee you this is Ripberger's one of his best games.
Oh, passing, no doubt about it. Yeah. A 27-yard gain there in that completion to Kappas.
In Sectional 44, the game that Sheridan Tri-Central will play the winner of, Union City Westdale. Westdale is ahead 8-0.
There's another great play in the backfield. That's number 52, or was it 62? 62. Tanner Swindle broke through and threw a 5-yard loss to the Trojans, so they'll pick up a 2nd and 15 at the 35. Trojans would like to get back on the board here before the end of the half, which is 3 minutes and 20 seconds away. Three whiteouts for Ripberger to try to get to. Empty backfield once again. Good defense there. James Manis had great coverage on that play. Otherwise, that ball is probably going for 6 points.
Absolutely.
So that'll make it 3rd and 15. Tri-Central just really throwing the ball a lot more tonight than what I expected to see.
That was through the air was how Western Boone was able to steal the first Sheridan defeat of the year.
5 seconds on the play clock.
Back to throw
Ripberger's
again.
back again.
Tipped.
That one's tipped.
Oh! Did he get
Almost
it
intercepted. Well, nope, they're saying incomplete.
Okay.
They're saying incomplete.
Wow.
Ganamke thought he had that one.
Yeah, he did.
He was trying his best to convince the
referee had it.
The deep judge back there that he had the ball, but it hit the ground first. So that'll bring up 4th down. I'm assuming at this point that I would think that they're probably going to go for it here.
52 seconds left. They get the ball back at halftime. A score here would be huge. Sheridan jailbait.
Little screen there.
Oh, dropped.
Turnover on down. Sheridan.
He turned to run before he had the ball. Otherwise, he would have had a completion. But completion was only good to the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he would have had enough to get a first down. But the ball goes over on downs to the Blackhawks, and they'll take over 1st and 10 now at their own 35 with 2:48 on the clock, which Perry is more than enough time for the Blackhawks to score again.
Yeah, just one long run from Joe Callahan.
Ganamke out here to the left. Pitch to Callahan. He goes right up the middle. Met by a couple Trojans. No gain on the play.
On the tackle, Grubb for Tri-Central.
Blackhawks don't seem to be any real hurry here. I mean, they've already taken 25 seconds off of the play clock. We're just about down to 2:10. Delph, the pass. It's complete. He's still on his feet. Finally taken down by, that was number 7, Grubb, who got him. But another first down for the Blackhawks, and that temporarily stops the clock. Blackhawks in Trojan territory at the 47, and the clock starts rolling.
Yankee with a nice catch there.
Yeah, very good catch, and he managed to put about 4 or 5 more yards onto that. Delph under center. Going to pass again.
Wow, he's wide open.
He's got him on. He's going to score. Once again, the Sheridan Blackhawks have come through.
Oh, we got a flag here.
That's coming back. That's going to be
probably going to be a hold.
Yeah, no, it's an illegal man downfield.
Okay.
Unfortunately, one of the linemen got off the line of scrimmage and got across there and erased the touchdown.
Well, Brad, we got to realize the Sheridan Blackhawks aren't used to throwing the ball either.
No, well, neither of these teams are.
Yeah,
you look at what their average is. They're both teams that grind it out on the ground.
Yeah, so little did we know when we talked before the game, we thought it was going to be a run.
Yeah,
run
we thought this was going to be a grinder on the ground. Well, instead of 6 on the board and attempting an extra point, the Blackhawks lose 5 yards, but they've still got 1 minute and 35 seconds to try to make that up. And anything goes so far in this game. Callahan in the backfield. Delph back
He's
again.
He's going to do it again.
Puts it up in the air.
Oh.
That one is caught.
Oh, my gosh.
He had that.
Catch. 25 for
Nicholas Burnell with the catch.
Wow, what a catch there. The big 6'3", 180-pound junior.
He had 2 Trojans all over him.
What a catch by Burnell.
And what I expected him to make the catch, but I thought the Trojans had knocked that ball out of his hands. But as it turns out, another great completion for the Blackhawks.
Bud wants to talk about it.
And they're going to take a timeout, and they're in the red zone again, and we'll take a timeout also.
Well, let's thank our one of our sponsors, Smith's Jewelers, has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give the customers a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383 or check them out on their website, smithsonthesquare.com.
What else is going on up there in Noblesville in the square? Anything going on this weekend?
No, I don't believe so. I think it's kind of quiet there this
Kathy
weekend.
not having another Halloween party?
No, last week was. Last week was the last week for farmers market. So, and they're getting ready to switch over here. And in November, I know they got a big event. Big events coming up because we got the Christmas holidays right around the corner.
Yeah. Blackhawks in Trojan red zone once again. Delph to throw again. He gets rid of it. That one was incomplete. Almost looked like there could have been a little bit of pass interference on that, Perry. That was pretty close there.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure Jim's showing the replay.
Well, that could be a case. That could also be a case where that ball was thrown a little bit low, so it may have been ruled uncatchable, and that could be why there was no flag on that also.
1:14 left to go here in the second quarter. Sheridan's up 21-8.
Well, even though they didn't gain any yardage on that, they did get the clock stopped, and as you just said, Perry, 1:14 left to go. Delph drops back to pass once again.
Out here in
this
the
one
flats.
goes over to Gunnar Williams. Williams down the sideline, and he does go out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. Let's see where they're going to mark that. In fact, they're going to. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 6. So 1:07 left to go here. Williams did manage to get out of bounds, so it'll be a 1st and goal from the 6 with 1:07 remaining. The other positive side on this thing is Perry, that if the Blackhawks do score here, they have left very little, if any, time for the Trojans to mount any kind of a comeback here. Callahan.
Nothing there.
I think he may have lost a yard or so on that one. It looks like they're going to spot it back at the 7. And there's another timeout called by the Blackhawks.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Bill Clifford for sheriff. Bill Clifford is currently a sergeant with Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and is committed his life to serving the community with integrity. As a resident of Westfield, him and his wife Cheryl have 3 kids. Family safety is Clifford's top priority and understands the Sheriff's Office must be proactive against new threats in order to be best protect you. For more information, follow him on his campaign on Facebook at Clifford for Sheriff, or check him out on his website, cliffordforsheriff.com.
Election time already, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
They're getting ready.
Yeah.
Ready for the primaries.
They always start the Hamilton County Sheriff's race so early. It's not till May 8th, but everybody's going full swing.
It's not that far away.
No.
It's only about, less than 7 months now, 6.5 months. Got a halftime score. Guerin behind Brebeuf, 14-0. Delph out there. Received by Burnell. Burnell is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, we certainly did not believe this game was going to be through the air, Brad. I can tell you that.
Nope.
With the offensive performance of both teams all season long is run, and run. And this has turned into a passing ball game, especially for the Sheridan Blackhawks. But, we seen a little bit of last week against South Decatur. Bud passed the ball more than he normally does. Oh, there's a fake.
Broken play.
No, it was a fake.
Yeah, it was a fake. And is that Callahan who caught it in the end zone?
Yeah. He could catch passes too, Brad.
So
Callahan.
So the Blackhawks have made up for that 2-point conversion that they gave to the Trojans earlier. And with 54 seconds remaining here in the first half, Blackhawks are out to a 29-8 lead.
Which the last time in September 1st, it was 7-0 at the half. So this you could throw this sheet out the door.
And it ended up 28-6.
Yeah, 28 to 6.
28-6 is what it ended up. Of course, now that game was at Clinton Central, and you got to believe that there's a little bit of an advantage on the home field side here. Not a really big crowd out here tonight, but
yeah. Let's get one of our last sponsors in here.
Go ahead.
Indiana Restoration. No job is too small or too big for Indiana Restoration Services. Whether you are a homeowner or a large business experiencing water, fire, or storm, or mold problems, homeowners that simply need a good carpet cleaning, Indiana Restoration has you covered. You can contact them at 317-776-9942 or check them out on their website, indianarestoration.com.
Trojans take it on the run at about their 20. Get it back up to about the 32-yard line where they were met by number 29, Brody Perry.
Colbert on the run, number 3 for on the run back. Hey, what about here? Jim's alma mater, Cardinal Ritter 14, Rushville 6.
No big surprise.
No, not at all, except, that's where Mr. Walford graduated from.
Yeah.
So we have to give that plug to the Cardinal Ritter fans. Got to keep the boss happy, Brad.
48.8 left here in the first half.
Ripberger back to throw. Oh, he's
in
big
trouble.
That's
That's going to be a sack. They're going to say he was down.
Wow.
I think his knee was down before he let go of that ball. So a loss on the play. Gosh, a loss of at least 15 yards there.
I tell you what, Tanner Swindle is wearing his guy out on that side of the line, man. He's starting to dance in that backfield that Ripberger probably thinks he's one of his running backs till he hits him.
Yeah. That will probably end up being the last play of the first half, with the Sheridan Blackhawks out in front of the Tri-Central Trojans 29-8. We'll be back with the second half after these messages from our sponsors.
Simple.
Because of my chronic illness, I have an entire team on my side.
With Community's My Chart, I keep track of everything.
When Community says exceptional care, simply deliver it. Those aren't just 4 words at the end of a TV spot.
It's for community patients at the end of a TV spot.
Telling you to believe every word.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Can I help you? Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Breast care navigation at Community is a lot like sailing. Navigators have to read the wind without seeing the wind.
The breast care navigator will follow the patient and their family through the continuum of care.
My nurse navigator was always there.
Just to be an advocate for that patient.
You need the biggest support system that you can, and to know that you have one other person there who can help you through it is definitely something that is amazing.
Big win. They upset Clemson last week. They go to number 8 Miami. North Carolina goes to Virginia Tech. 14 Hokies. Then
I
full
do.
game, a little off the radar. Central Florida is number 20, and they're playing Navy. That is a combined record of
All right.
4 on Fox. Number 9 Oklahoma, and visiting Little Band.
Getting any scores?
7 on ESPN2. South Florida and Tulane clash. LSU and Ole Miss are playing 7:15 on ESPN. Another big game trade quality at 7:30. So if you want to flip between Notre Dame, USC,
Eric who?
Penn State, and Michigan.
Eric Noble.
The Nittany Lions are 6-0. The Wolverines, number 19 and 5-1. That game's on ABC. Who do you think's going to happen?
Oh man, one thing that I'm really impressed with about that football team, I love that coach staff.
Yeah.
Gary's son-in-law.
Yeah.
For TCU, welcome to a very uninspiring football program, Kansas.
He's had kids go through Southeastern.
Boise State on ESPN2. Colorado visiting 15 Washington State.
Trying to remember what the girl's name was, Lawson. What was her name? Played basketball.
First one at 1 p.m. Indianapolis. The Jaguars.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh, man, that's good. We'll have to. Yeah.
I hope we're not looking too stupid tonight because we can't read these ever-loving numbers. Man, I mean, it's almost embarrassing, Jim. This is terrible. That contrast on those things is so bad.
Holy cow.
Are our cameras able to pick up the numbers at all?
We'll have the same problem next week because of
Carmel and Noblesville.
I'll take them.
Yes.
Perry's on the phone. I'll let you know when he's off the phone, and then we'll start, Jim.
All right.
Oh. I got to stretch this knee out a little. You want to just start out with the billboard? When it hits 2, Jim, we'll be ready to go if you want to.
We're already on. My wife just called me, so. Well, we're back here at Sheridan, even though we didn't know we were on, but we're back here. A halftime score, 29-8. Sheridan over Tri-Central. Yeah. Hey, we want to thank some of the people that are checking us out on Facebook. Of course, my wife, Kathy Williams, who just called me. And Mike Lawson from Reynolds is there. Cindy Robinson. Lizzie Wright down in Florida, which is Bud's daughter-in-law, so Bud Wright. So Arnie
it's a
Cooper.
little warmer down there tonight than it is here.
Well, I don't know.
It's a beautiful October night, though.
Yeah. Arnie Cooper, Brian Bragg, and Eric Noble. Thank you for watching Hamilton County TV. We appreciate it, and we appreciate all our viewers. We're excited to be here at 1A football first-round playoffs because this starts the march to Lucas Oil here in November around Thanksgiving. So we're excited to be here, and especially with it being our good friend Bud Wright's 600th high school
I was
going to
say, I figured out why all these people are watching, Perry. They're watching Bud's 600th game.
That's right, because I know a lot of people.
It's not you or me.
No, because we're doing it.
We're on a wing and a prayer tonight.
Yeah, it's really, really tough to read these numbers when you get to be the age of Brad and I. And I'll have the same problem
Speak
next
for
week.
yourself, sir.
I'll have the same problem next week when I have the Carmel Greyhounds, Noblesville Millers games at Hare Chevrolet Field in 6A football, because Carmel has those same type of jerseys now with this fluorescent gold. So both teams are coming back out on the field here, but let's go through a few of these scores here in playoff action here tonight. A big battle at the half. Alexander and Elwood are tied 14-14. South Decatur, who was Sheridan's opponent last week, is up at the half 21-6 over Edinburgh. Let's see what else we got here. Monroe Central 13, Clinton Central 0, and they're in the same bracket here as the Sheridan Blackhawks and Tri-Central.
Got another halftime score at.
Also, I want to remind everybody that on Indiana High School Athletic Association, which is IHSAA.TV.org, you can check out the Guerin game.
That's
Guerin
14-0 at halftime.
Yeah, Guerin Brebeuf. North Montgomery and Hamilton Heights 7-7. That's another county team here. And last week Hamilton Heights went up and beat Lafayette Central Catholic. Now, since Kevin O'Shea's left up there, it's a little bit different season.
Still a good team, though.
It's still a good football team that the Huskies beat. So.
Of course, we saw them earlier in the season at Guerin when Guerin managed to beat them.
Absolutely. And Cecina 21, Union County 0. I was trying to find Brad here. Western Boone 13, Cascade 0. Trying to find all right, the score at Brebeuf and
that's got to be in the third quarter now.
Yeah. Oh, Webo 41, Cascade 6.
While you're looking up some more scores here, let's talk just a little bit about the scoring here in this game. 29-8 here at halftime, but both teams came out on their first possessions and scored. And it certainly did not take the Blackhawks very long to get on the board. It took them 20 seconds into the game. Joe Callahan ran for a 57-yard touchdown on Sheridan's first play from scrimmage. Then about 3 minutes later, the Trojans came back and they scored and went for an extra point, a double extra point, and momentarily had an 8-7 lead, and that was at the 8:55 mark of the first quarter. First quarter scoring was not over. Sheridan came right back with 4:13 left on a 28-yard run by Delph, and that made it 14-8. And then another 4 minutes later, 15-yard pass to Nicholas Burnell made it 21-8. And then with 54 seconds remaining in the half, 7-yard pass to Nicholas Burnell made it 27-8. But the Blackhawks came out and pulled a surprise and did a 2-point conversion and got it to 29-8, which is where we stand right now in this game.
Trying to check out a few more scores. Well, I guess we're getting ready to kick off here, Brad, for this second half of action. And Sheridan Blackhawks up 29-8 over Tri-Central. And once again, we appreciate all the people that are watching us here at Sheridan, Indiana, for high school football 1A. So it's great to be here and great to be part of every time we come here, we feel like we're a part of history with the great Bud Wright coaching football here at Sheridan.
Williams kick. I think that's Grubb who got that ball, if I'm not mistaken. He gets it out to about the 22 or 23-yard line before he's taken down by the Blackhawks. So the Tri-Central Trojans will have the first opportunity here in the second half with a 1st and 10. It looks like they're going to put it at the 24-yard line. Ripberger with a running back to his right. Now a man in motion. Handoff right up the middle. Probably little, if any, gain on that. Maybe might have gotten to the 25 to gain 1 yard. Bring up a 2nd and 9.5.
Kyle Colbert on the
there's a
offside
flag.
Illegal procedure, maybe? Yeah.
Illegal procedure being called on the Trojans. That'll cost them 5 yards. Put them back 5 yards further. Put them back to right around the 20-yard line, back to the 19. So they'll have a 2nd, for all practical purposes. I think Perry would call it 2nd and 15.
Absolutely. Got to kind of update here. Went to Max Preps on some scores. Monroe Central 38, Clinton Central nothing at half.
One running back there with Ripberger. Pitch, and my, oh my, the Blackhawks just came swarming through there. Took the running back down. I think first in on that play was number 71, Chris Starks, a 6'2", 241 sophomore. One of the defensive linemen. Blackhawks going with a 4-man front right now. And it has been very, very effective. 3rd and 15. Thank you for joining us. We're in the early stages of the third quarter here. Pitch. There's a fumble. It recovered. A loss of yardage on that one, but that one was, I think that's Gunnar Williams who got him, wasn't it there, Perry?
Yes, it was.
Another loss on the play, so it's going to end up being about close to 4th and 20. Officially 4th and 18 from the 16. That'll bring the punt unit in. Demanke and Hovey are back to receive the punt. That's up high, almost blocked. And the Trojans down it at the 40-yard line. That high snap almost got that punt blocked, Barry.
It sure did. It could have ended up a safety there.
Blackhawks will start with very, very good field position at the Trojan 40. Bud Wright coaching his 600th game. It's a tremendous accomplishment for Coach Wright, and you couldn't ask, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. But it's hard to fathom coaching 600 football games. There's Joe Callahan. Callahan taking off. He's around the side. Got down to about the 25 or 26-yard line before he was run out of bounds there. I believe he was run out of bounds by number 15, Holden Rail, is what it looked like.
Yeah, that's who it was.
But he ended up gaining about 14 yards in that play to get another first down for the Blackhawks.
Tipton's up 28-0 over North Putman.
I don't think that's any big surprise.
No.
The Blackhawks just have a bunch of weapons out there. Single backfield with Callahan in the backfield. Pitch to Callahan. He's across the line of scrimmage, still going, still on his feet. He was initially tripped up on the play by number 3, Kyle Colbert, but after Colbert got him, he managed to stay on his feet and gain about another 3 or 4 yards. And he's going to have 2nd and, they're going to give him a first down on that. So he did gain 10 on that, and it looks like he's got a first down at about the 16-yard line. Blackhawks coming back here in the third quarter, where they left off at the end of the second quarter, in the red zone. There's Callahan again, right up the middle. He's still on his feet, close to the yard line. He's in. 16-yard touchdown for Joe Callahan.
I'll tell you what, Callahan is so strong, Brad. I mean, he just fights his way to that end zone. When he sees that end zone, man, it's tough to stop him.
Gunnar Williams in to attempt the extra point to make it a 36-8 lead if he puts it through.
Tri-County's up over Lafayette Central Catholic 21-14 at the half.
Is that going to make it through? Just barely. Yeah. So Gunnar Williams gets the extra point, and with 8:21 remaining here in the third quarter, the lead is now 36-8 in favor of the Sheridan Blackhawks.
Hey, how about let's thank some of our sponsors. Logan Street Signs and Banners. Celebrating 25 years at Logan Street Signs and Banners, specializing in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville, Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or LoganStreetSigns.com. Or follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Our buddy Bill Walford, he handles that for Logan
Street
Signs.
You know what?
He's kind of the sign man now.
He is, yeah.
Second generation sign man.
You know, one of the great things about living here in Hamilton County is having the Hamilton County Reporter, and I'm, of course, a subscriber to that, as I'm sure that you are, Perry.
Absolutely.
And I was looking through the Reporter the other day. Hamilton County football statistics, scoring. This is not counting what he's done already tonight. Joe Callahan, 21 touchdowns for 126 points, leading the county. Rushing yards, 1,319, averages 6.9 per carry. Wow, what a performance. From the 10, Trojans need to get something going here if they're going to get back into that, and there's a penalty flag thrown on that, and I think we might have some holding against the Trojans.
Wow.
I thought we might have an unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct on that tackle because that was a tough tackle. Coach Gilbert trying to figure something out here, trying to figure out what he can do to get into the end zone once again, something they have not seen since the 8:55 mark of the first quarter. Coach Gilbert is in his 9th year at Tri-Central, where he's 61-39. Overall, he's 222-75, 37 years of coaching experience. Almost 90 years of coaching experience out there in that field tonight. Quarterback keeper there by Ripberger. He goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Once again, very, very good pursuit by the front four for the Blackhawks. Blackhawks got a lot of size and a lot of weight up there in the front. Joe Callahan over there on the side. Of course, you see a lot of these players playing both ways. Another run that's not going to go anywhere. In fact, that one's probably going to lose a yard or two. Of course, no 6A games tonight. The 6A teams get the week off, the bye week. And we're talking to a couple of, we talked to a couple of the coaches this week and asked them, the 6A coaches, given the choice, would you rather have that bye week the week immediately after the season like it is now, or would you rather have it later, just before the championship game? And the coaches unanimously said They like having the bye week right after the regular season to get rid of some of the bumps and bruises.
Absolutely.
3rd and 11. Pass over the center, almost intercepted. Oh, gosh, so close for Ganamke.
Ball met for Cole Coppas of Tri-Central.
Coppas, one of the leading scorer receivers on Tri-Central's team. Bring up another punting situation. Hovey and Ganamke back deep. 6:46 in the third quarter. Hovey picks it up. Met almost as soon as he picked it up by 2 Trojans. But the Blackhawks are starting once again in excellent field position at the 37-yard line of the Trojans. Trojans, with the exception of the one scoring drive that they had early in the first quarter on their first possession, they've almost been able to do almost nothing, Perry.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Delph hands it off to Callahan. Callahan breaks about 2 or 3 different tackles, still on his feet and down to about the 20-yard line. Gain of about 17 there by Joe Callahan. Callahan,
he just grinds it out.
Boy, he just keeps going and going and going and going. He's kind of like the ever-ready bunny there, and the Tri-Central Trojans are going to take a timeout. So let's take a timeout and hear from one of our fantastic Hamilton County television sponsors.
Absolutely. How about Noblesville Trophies? Our large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provide you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out on their website, noblesvilletrophies.com.
Hamilton County Television, we have got more sports coming up for you tomorrow. We're on the road again, Perry. Where are we going this time?
We're going to Kokomo, Indiana for girls soccer semi-state. Noblesville versus Penn. 2
of the top teams in the state. That ought to be a heck of a match. I had the pleasure of doing the sectional championship about a week and a half ago between Hamilton Southeastern and Noblesville, and that game ended up a 1-0 game. What a match. 1st and 10 from the 30. Here's Callahan again, trying to get around the left side, breaking through.
My gosh.
And he's down almost to the 5-yard line. And I would call that a touchdown-saving tackle there by
Jackson Rounds, number 50. He's a junior, 6 foot, 265. That's a big boy, Brad.
Certainly is. Callahan has just been running into, around, and through everything that the Trojans have put up against him tonight.
I think I think Sheridan's just wearing them down, and of course,
first and goal at the 6. Callahan. This time, the Trojans come up to the task, and I think they limited him to a yard, which has got to be a moral victory for him at this point. I mean, he's been ripping off 10, 15, 20 yards a carry so far tonight.
For Tri-Central there, it's Holden Rail. He's a freshman, 6 foot, 150 on the tackle for Tri-Central.
Beginning to look more and more and more like Bud Wright is going to get the victory in game number 600 tonight.
And they'll play that winner of West Dell and what did I say a while ago, and Union City.
Mm-hmm. Here's Callahan again. Gains about 1 or 2 there. Gets it down to maybe between the 3 and the 4, it looks like, depending where they place it.
Brad, the last score we had at the half, Westdale is up 16-0 over Union City. So
I think that the
That
game
was a
next week would
halftime
be
score.
at Westdale, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Bud's on the road next week if he wins this ball game.
Mm-hmm.
There he goes.
That's Gunnar Williams with about a 3-yard touchdown run.
You know, the one thing, what we saw there, Brad, in this drive was Callahan. You get down here at the end zone, they give it to Gunnar Williams. He takes it in with no one even close to him. So,
and you know,
just kind of lulled him to sleep.
The other thing is, Perry, is I'll bet Joe Callan was probably saying, give it to Gunnar, give him a chance.
Yeah. And Gunnar Williams now kicking the extra point.
It's up.
A little chip shot there.
It's good.
Hey, Brad, what about this Hamilton County events calendar?
You know,
HCTVcalendar.com.
I looked at that the other day, Perry, and that's got a lot of great information. You know, you want to know an event going on in Hamilton County, it's there.
Absolutely, and the one thing that Jim's working on right now with Katie is she's putting all the schedules of all the winter sports in Hamilton County for all the schools. So it's going to be a great calendar for people to want to know, you know, when does girls basketball play at Hamilton Southeastern, or when does Noblesville play, or Hamilton Heights or Sheridan girls basketball?
Well, and I know you've been working on our schedule for Hamilton County Television for the basketball coverage we're going to be doing.
That it's getting here close.
Yes. And you know what else we're going to have?
Wrestling.
How did you know that? You know everything.
No, it's because
you arranged it.
Yeah. This is going to be very interesting to us. This will be Jim's first wrestling broadcast that we're doing here. That he'll be the executive producer. And it's almost been 50 years since I've been to a high school wrestling, so this is going to be interesting. But we're excited about it.
Williams' kickoff is taken at the 15. Got a little bit of running room there, but ran into number 50, Jesse Kolb, and he was stopped dead in his tracks at what appears to be about the 39-yard line, which is where the Trojans will take over. Trojans trying to get something going here. They haven't even been close to a score since that first score they got on their first possession in the first quarter.
On passing.
Yes. You know, the way this game started out, it was touchdown, possession, then the Blackhawks just started scoring at will. Pitch.
Oh, wow.
Got some room around the left side there. That's Burnell who's finally takes him down, but looks like he got enough for a first down there. They're very, very close. Yep, they're going to give him a first down. Thanks to Bill Wofford, who is up on the roof here following all the action for us tonight, and our executive producer, James Wofford the First. Do we have to call him Sir James?
Sir James, yeah. We're going to knight, you know, he's going to be
He's going to be our knight in shining armor.
That's right.
Nice run by the Trojans there.
There's a give
Another
to number 5.
sweep around the left side, around the right side. That's Javier Tunner.
And he was met by a host of Sheridan Blackhawks.
Or should we say a flock of Blackhawks?
Flock, you know, whatever you want to call it here.
A flock of Hawks.
A flock of Hawks, that's good.
Ripberger back. He's got a man open down there just over his head. It looks like that was intended for number 7, Jaron Grubb. Had 3 Blackhawks around him. Probably fortunate that one was not intercepted.
Absolutely, but you know, Grubb ran a nice route there. He was open.
He was just a little bit little bit over.
It is wonderful up here in the press box, but it is a little chilly outdoors there. But Hamilton Heights at the half was ahead of North Montgomery 13-10.
Of course, this is the time of year, Perry. People like you and I have got 4 different coats in our trunk of our car.
Yes, sir, we do.
You never can tell what to expect. Pitch out to the left. Met by, didn't quite see who was in there. Looked like number 7, Jaron Grubb was in there. But it'll bring up a 4th down situation now for the Trojans at midfield. At this point, do you go for it, or are you to try to give the Blackhawks more yardage that they've got to do to try to score?
You got to go for it. I mean,
It's almost a no-win situation here. Ripberger in the...
Oh!
Boy, he was almost brought down inside the 40-yard line, and the interference that the Blackhawk front line was putting up there was most definitely responsible for that errant pass. He just didn't have time to get a good pass off of that one.
Tanner Swindell and Callahan were both in there all over.
So the Blackhawks will take over once again. Blackhawks led 29-8 at halftime. Delph with a long throw. He's got a man open. Almost intercepted.
Yeah.
That was close. That was underthrown just a little bit and nearly intercepted by the Trojans.
Well, we kind of threw out the window that this was going to be a grind 'em out football game.
Delph back to pass once again. He's got Gnapke wide open.
Got
one to beat.
What a move!
Is he gonna? He just run out of bounds.
Probably at the 1 yard line down there.
Now there's a good example of sportsmanship and the way it should be. The man who ran him out of bounds went over there and helped him up after he ran him out of bounds. But went out of bounds there. About the 3 yard line? So the Blackhawks in the red zone once again with a 1st and goal at the 3. The Sheridan fans not happy about
the call. They wanted a touchdown. They want that was a great play, great catch.
Mm-hmm. Callahan with the ball, and looks like he's just short of the goal line.
That looked like a pancake tackle,
yeah.
didn't it?
Yep.
I don't know how you bring that big boy down.
Well, you got to credit the Trojan defense with a good play on that one because he was at the 3, and they basically met him at the line of scrimmage and only allowed him 1 yard. And normally for Joe Callahan, he bounces off about 2 or 3 defenders before they can get him down, and he's usually 5 or 10 yards down the field before he goes down. Minute and a half here in the 3rd. Callahan once again, but there's flags before the play. That one will be illegal procedure on the Blackhawks. A very penalty-free game tonight so far, Perry.
Yeah, not many penalties here tonight.
So instead of being 2nd and goal at the 3, it'll turn it into 2nd and goal from the 8. With 1:24 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Blackhawks up 43-8. Blackhawks only trailed at 1 point in this game, and that was an 8-7 deficit after the Trojans scored early in the first quarter. Pass complete.
Oh, touchdown. (49-8). The Blackhawks are up. Gumke on the touchdown for the Blackhawks, and he was the one that made that great catch and run there. So I'm glad to see he got the touchdown there.
Yeah, he almost had it about a minute and a half ago on the clock. Yeah. Williams puts the extra point through, and it's 50-8 in favor of the Blackhawks.
What about Church, Hitler, and Anthem, attorneys at law, from personal injury claims to complex business litigation to divorce cases? Church, Hitler, and Anthem protect the rights of individuals, businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Maryville, and Tipton. You can contact them at their Noblesville office, 317-773-5320. Hey, Brad, we're going to be in Kokomo, Indiana at 3 o'clock tomorrow to do a girls' soccer.
That sounds like it's going to be fun. And it's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow, too.
Yeah.
And a brand new stadium up there that they've baseball stadium that we're going to get to see girls soccer, IHSAA style. The Noblesville Millers taking on, I believe Penn is number 1, if I'm correct.
That's right, and they played them Noblesville played them about a month and a half ago on a Saturday and got beat 2-1. So it's going to be a good game up there. And also, Guerin Catholic will be in Lawrenceburg, and they'll be playing Columbus North, whether it happens or not. But right now, it could be for the state championship, Guerin Catholic and Noblesville.
True.
If the stars line up right.
The North versus the South.
That's right.
Gunnar Williams to kick off once again. He's gotten a lot of kickoff practice tonight.
He sure does. He sure has.
From the 15.
Oh, there's a hole.
Got a wide open hole there, but that one is plugged up by number 15, Cameron Hovey. He makes a touchdown saving tackle at about the 42 or 43 yard line.
On the run back there is Holton Rayo. Like I said, he was a freshman. Nice size little freshman there at 6 foot, 150 pounds.
Yeah, you'd have the Noblesville Millers and the Noblesville Guerin Golden Eagles, both of them.
It'd be,
both
you'd almost have to call it East versus West.
That's true. One side of the river versus the other.
That's right. The Battle of White River, right? One on the east side, one on the west side. Just separated by a few miles.
4-yard gain there by the Trojans. We're down below 35 seconds here in the third quarter.
Brad, we'll be inside here in about 2 or 3 weeks when we go start girls basketball. We got a big game coming up with Noblesville, and we go to Hamilton Heights. Noblesville, Hamilton Heights girls basketball. That's it for the quarter there.
Going to be a 2-yard loss on that. That's going to end up being 4th down, and that is going to be the end of the third quarter with the Sheridan Blackhawks out in front of the Tri-Central Trojans, 50-8.
Well, let's thank Smith's Jewelers. They've been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel for 65 years, Brad. When many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If Noblesville were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry service selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383. Hey, we want to thank again all our viewers tonight.
I was just going to say that. We have got viewers actually all over North America tonight. I know we've got some down in Florida and all over the place. A lot of interest in the Sheridan Blackhawks and the Tri-Central Trojans tonight. I think, I've got to be honest. I think part of it is the fact that there's a little sentimental value to this game with Coach Wright coaching his 600th game as a varsity coach, and a lot of people want to be able to say, well, I got to see that game, and in that. And but we do sincerely thank everybody who has joined us. Let us know where you're at. You can contact us on Facebook, on Twitter. We'd like to know where you're at, and we'd like to thank you for joining us here on Hamilton County Television as the Blackhawks take on the Trojans. Here's a sweep to the left.
There wasn't nothing there.
3 Blackhawks in on that one, led by number 12, Cole Cunningham, the one of the lighter guys for a linebacker on the field, comes in at 6'0" and 152 pounds. I guess that's where he gets part of that speed from. Also like to thank our friends at the Hamilton County Reporter at readthereporter.com for their great sports coverage that they get. We use a lot of their material. Jeff Jellison and all of his staff over there do a great job of presenting all the Hamilton County sports to people in our area. That punt is going to be downed at the 25-yard line, so that'll be about a 28-yard punt, no return. And once again, the Blackhawks will be on the offensive from the 25.
Absolutely. And looking down there on the sidelines, talking about the reporter, Richie Hall, the sports editor of the Reporter, standing down there in his shorts and looking dapper, along with Kent Graham, which I feel like is probably one of the best camera people there is for action in Hamilton County action shots. So Kent Graham does a great job of doing Hamilton County sports, and he was here at Sheridan last week, and he's back here again.
Well, Richie out there in his shorts at 59 degrees.
Yeah, he's looking good, isn't he?
A little braver than I would be.
Yeah, that's why he's young, though.
Yeah, he's a younger man. Two-yard gain there on that play by the Blackhawks.
I think we have a new quarterback in there right now for Sheridan. Cole Cummins is in there, the 6 foot, 152-pound senior, is now running the show for the Sheridan Blackhawks under center.
Well, Gunnar Williams around the left side. I believe he went out of bounds at about the looks like they're going to mark it at maybe the 21 or so, maybe the 22 at the most.
I see that Joe Callahan's over here on the sidelines walking.
Yeah, I think we got a few of the guys for the Blackhawks who are done for the evening.
But the one thing about Bud Wright, man, is this program, they just keep on rolling in there. And I guess that's why he's been so successful in all the years here at
not a whole lot of off years. You'd almost have to say, when they have a year that's a little off, it's more of a reloading year. Another run for the Blackhawks. That one is by number 25, Nicholas Burnell. Burnell picks up a first down at the 38.
He's 6'3", 180-pound junior.
I think the Blackhawks are just going to be content now just to keep the clock running. We're 10 minutes away from the Blackhawks advancing to the next round.
The one thing you got to love with Bud being here over 50 years, there's in this stands probably a tremendous amount of alumni up here in the press box same way.
Oh, yeah.
This is definitely a family over here in 1A football with Bud Wright.
Evan Piskey met the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. I think that was Burnell again who was the ball carrier. Yeah, definitely one place to come if you like the family atmosphere is here at Sheridan.
And minus the Bud Burgers. I can't get over no Bud Burgers tonight.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That hurts, man.
Hovey run out of bounds. Did he get across the 45? Just, maybe to the 45, which is going to leave him with a third and maybe about 3, it looks like. A fairly manageable third down play for the Blackhawks.
And he's a freshman, Brad. We mentioned that earlier. 5'11", 165 pounds. So, and it seems like Joe Callahan, 5'10", 178. He's a senior. Could Hovey be
There's Hovey again.
Could he be the heir to the throne here for Callahan?
Only gets 1 on that. Looks like that was number 70, Tyler Abels, who got him. Interesting call now here. We got 4th and 1 for the Blackhawks. Still in their own territory at their own 47, and it appears as though, Perry, they're going to go for this.
Bud isn't going to punt now. He's going to grind this out, man. And the defense he's got, he'll come in there and do the best they can to stop him. You know, he's up 50-8.
Hovey again.
Oh,
he
nice
breaks through
run
and
there.
Gets about almost 10 yards on that play when it looked like he got to the line of scrimmage and it looked like he might be stopped. But he just bounced, spun, and away he went and ended up picking up almost 10 yards on that and a first down for the Blackhawks at the 42.
You know, Brad, we with Callahan, with all his great runs, that run right there by Hovey, you know, you got to hats off to that offensive line of Sheridan.
Yeah.
I mean, these are kids that go both ways, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's wide open!
Wide open. Oh!
Cornell almost had that one. Press box crew here was trying to
help him out a little
I
bit,
think they were trying to get word to Cummins that, hey, he's open, throw it to him.
Yeah. I'm sure that when they go through the video that Mr. Wright will bring that up in their talking days here the next few days. Because it looks like, unless we see a miracle here, Brad, that maybe the Blackhawks will move on to either play.
Hovey once again, the ball carrier, and he's going to get down near the 35-yard line.
I
Picked
think
up about 6 or 7 on that one.
I think that offensive line for the Blackhawks have just completely wore down Tri-Central. I mean,
yeah, the Tri-Central defense has spent a lot of time on the field. If I remember, I think the Blackhawks have only punted 1 time tonight, haven't they? If I remember right. Here's Hovey again, but there's flags before the play. Probably an illegal motion. That's going to put him back from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 8 from the 40.
Yes, Cameron is, it is 100% official. 5'11", 165 pounds. He's not small.
Absolutely. This is a good football game, good football team in that front line up there, like the Blackhawks.
Hovey once again finds another hole. He's beyond the 35 down to about the 34, which is going to set him up with about a 4th and maybe a little bit over a yard, maybe yard and a half, between a yard and a half and 2 yards to go for the first down. Looks like they've got to get to about between the 32 and 33, so I'd say they got maybe, a yard and a half to go to get to that first down?
Yeah.
He's probably okay.
Another 4th down play for the Hawks. Hovey once again. This time he is met by several Trojans at the 35-yard line. He ends up losing ends up losing some yardage there. So the Trojans will take over.
I got Monroe Central up 57-0 over Clinton Central. Still in the fourth, but
hand off to the running back. That one gets about a yard. Clock continuing to run. Under 6 minutes left in this game. Now this is a type of game that we thought we were going to see all along.
Yeah.
In the trenches.
Just a grind them out football game.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you have to be. These kids are in tremendous shape, because most of these kids go both ways the entire football game.
Pass is complete down the sideline and close to a first down. Depending where they mark that, it looks like they're going to mark that.
It'd be a first down.
Yeah, at about the 48, it appears to me.
Lafayette Central Catholic's taking the lead now over Tri-County 28-21. They're in the fourth quarter.
I can't tell, but I'm wondering if we haven't had a quarterback change out there for the Trojans.
Yeah, you do. Let me see if I can catch a number here.
Handoff right up the middle. That one's good for about 5 or 6 yards.
No, it's still Ripburger in there.
Is it?
Yeah.
He and Dietrich Johnson are the only two on the roster listed as quarterbacks. Another run up the middle.
Nice little quick pop right there for Tri-Central.
First and 10 from the 41. Another run again by the Trojans. Nicely pursued there by the Blackhawks to hold them down to about a 1 yard gain.
So have they not found the parents?
They're still there. There are other civilizations that don't exist. Why they're so stupid? I get one. Why they're so stupid.
Coming down to 3 minutes remaining in this one. Trojans trying to get on the board again. Have not been in the end zone since their first possession in the first quarter. Here's a sweep around the left side. Gunnar Williams and James Manis managed to make the stop.
Stop on Grubb.
Yeah, gain of about 5 on the play. That'll leave about a 3rd and 4. Under 3 minutes, 2:40 to be exact, 50-8 in favor of the Blackhawks. Where did you say they're headed? Will be headed next week to West Dell?
West Dell, it looks like.
Where is West Dell? I'm sorry, I do not know.
West Delaware County, is that where it is? Yeah, it's in Delaware County.
Up in the Muncie area. Another run by the Trojans. That one going to result in a first down inside the 30. Many of the starters for the Blackhawks are on the bench. About the same thing that happened last week against South Dearborn, Perry, when South Dearborn managed to score late in the game, but it was against the second and third stringers on the Sheridan team. There's a pitch to the running back. Gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. Jarman Warren in on that play. 5'8", 181-pound junior defensive end. 3-yard gain on the play, down to just about 1 minute and 30 seconds here in the final quarter. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight, wherever you have been. We appreciate you watching us on Hamilton County Television and hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Another run breaking through. Touchdown saving tackle there, probably by James Manis. He managed to get the runner down, and gain of about 8 or 9 on that play, and that'll be a first down for the Trojans inside the 20 from about the 17. Clock running once again now that the chains are set. Well, Perry, this game started off like it was going to be a high-scoring game for both teams. And after exchanging scores, that one's batted down by the Blackhawks. Stops the clock with 39.1 remaining. But after the initial first 2 possessions, one by the Blackhawks and one by the Trojans, the Trojans have not been able to find the end zone again, and the Blackhawks have just basically run free up and down the field.
Absolutely.
Trojans trying to get on the scoreboard again tonight. Setting up to pass. That one is incomplete. That'll stop the clock again. 30.4 on the clock. 3rd and 10 from the 17. Once again, like to thank our great Hamilton County Television crew. Bill Wofford up there getting all the great shots tonight for you to watch. Our executive producer, director, Sir James Wofford, out there at the controls, making sure that everything's getting to you through the various means that it can. Handoff right up the middle. The Blackhawks they just had that play read right from the get-go, Perry, and that one went absolutely nowhere. And there will be time to run one more play, but I think that is probably going to be it with now down under 10 seconds left on this one. Trojans coming up to the line looking like they might want to try to get another play off. Are they going to get it off or not? They are. They're going to try. Here's a pass into the end zone. Incomplete. And that will complete the game with the Sheridan Blackhawks defeating the Tri-Central Trojans 50-8. Perry, why don't you tell us who our wonderful sponsors were tonight, and then we'll recap this game quickly and get everybody on their way.
All right, well, real quick here, want to thank Noblesville Trophies, Logan Street Signs, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Anthem, Smith's Jewelers, Indiana Restoration, the Westfield Chamber, and Bill Clifford for Sheriff.
Well, Perry, I don't think it's any big surprise tonight. I think the margin might be a little bit of a surprise, but both teams came out of the gate scoring on their first possession, and that was it for Trojans. But the Blackhawks just continued to put the pressure on offensively and defensively all night, end up scoring 50 points in this game to take the opening game of Sectional 44 Class 1A away from the Tri-Central Trojans by a score of 50-8. Your final comment.
Final comment, we'll be in Kokomo tomorrow for girls soccer at 3 o'clock. So that'll be semi-state. And Brad, I'll see you tomorrow. And
we will be there.
Good luck to the Blackhawks.
And then next week we will be, I believe, at Noblesville for Noblesville Carmel, a Class 6A sectional game. But more important, tomorrow we'll be following Penn and the Lady Noblesville Millers in girls soccer. On behalf of Perry Williams, my name is Brad Silver. Thank you for joining us. Good night.